Hold up. Wait a minute.
Bruh.
Did you hit the like button? Drop some rabbits in the chat. Let's go.
Hit that like, hit that like. Welcome to the chat. Let's chit chat, hit chat. Hit that like, hit that like. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits. Drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. If you want the tea, come see me. Rabbit hole is the place to be for real news, not fake news. Celebrity news, breaking news around the clock. Real talk, best on the block. I rock, I rock, I rock, I rock. Real talk, best on the block. I rock, I rock. Hit that like, hit that like. Welcome to the chat. Let's chit chat, hit chat. Hit that like, hit that like. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop some drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. True crime is my specialty. Exposing the industry. Unsolved mysteries. Sticking to reality. Fair use commentary. Talking about cults. Trying to get results. Exploring cults. Exploring. Researching. Debunking. Investigating. Being nosy. Super nosy. Being messy. Being shady. Rabbit hole news. That's me. The chick with ADHD. Unmedicated. But quite educated. Hit that like. Hit that like. Welcome to the chat. Let's chit chat. Hit chat. Hit that like. Hit that like. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. Drop some rabbits. Drop some drop them. Drop them. Drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. Drop some rabbits. Drop them. Drop them. Drop them. Drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. Hit that like. Hit that like. Let's go. Let's go. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am making sure y'all can hear me. Let me know in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Angel, I'm so glad you're jamming out. Shout out to you. That is the whole point. We have just gotten started. Shout out to everybody. Listen, I came across a very funny post, and y'all beautiful people out there, if you are, in a relationship, okay, this is what you don't do. All right, now let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me go ahead and play this, okay?
Girl just called me that she had to work an extra hour at her job and she's had a super long day, and I prepped her a bubble bath. I even never done this. Like, I know there's like some fancy shit, but I was like, she's already having a bad day. Why can't I help her out? So just gotta get the bubbles going. She didn't get here like in 30 minutes. I got her favorite dessert, cheesecake. Like, I'm gonna go all out. Like, the scenery's here, the candles smelling good. I'm gonna give her a foot rub, but I just did the dishes. But I mean, her feet are worse than the dishes, so I brought out the dirty one. We got the I don't know what this was, but I saw it here. Oh, yeah, that's gonna add a little something. And I was thinking of like adding rose petals. These are the last flowers I got her. Like,
No.
I think it's already starting to bubble. I ain't never done a bubble. No! My bad. I already got a better presentation going. It's looking fancy. Let me turn off the lights just so you guys can see. This is what she's going to walk into. I'll probably set up some better music. Hold up. Imagine you had a long day at work and you come home to this. Oh, she's going to love it. So my girl just called me that she had to work.
You all trying to get dumped? This is what you do. That's what I said. Is that a trash bag? He said, I didn't even know people use the Tide Pods like that, but I'm sure this is pretty staged. At least it's giving like stage for a viral moment. But I will say this is kind of funny because people are reacting in the comments. Somebody said a Tide inside of a cootie pop. No sir, pH level gonna be off. You can't be mad because it's like you. Yeah, okay.
Work an extra hour at her job, and she's had a super long day, and I prepped her a bubble bath. I even never done this.
When I saw this, I said the Tides pods on the shower. No, that's no.
It's like I know there's like some fancy shit, but
That's right. And Misty's like, you're gonna see me in the news beating on my husband or wife if they pull some ish like that. Let me just say, okay, yeah, that'll mess with your pH balance. Not just one, two Tide pods. Yes. Oh my God. I'm glad that I wanted to share that with you guys because I was like, just to make you guys laugh, just some of the stage, viral moments that people put, which I think they're funny sometimes. Sometimes they can be funny, sometimes they're not. But let's talk about another situation that went viral. All right. So this woman, they're calling her the Delco Pooper. Yes, on my title, it says, what does it say? See, I forgot the name of my title. Poop Road Rage Lady. Listen, I've seen in real life, I've seen some stuff in real life where people be doing the most in the road rage. I feel like I've done the most. Never pooped on a car, but I've done the most on a road rage. You know what I mean? But like pooping on cars or pooping in general in a car, outside your car, while like as a reaction, that's too much. That's too much. Now let me play this for y'all.
A strange case, to say the least, guys. In fact, so strange, many people thought this story was fake. But according to Prospect Park Police, the Delco Pooper is all too real, and she's under arrest tonight.
They called her the Delco Pooper. The Delco Pooper. You can't make this shit up. And she's laughing too. You have got to, I swear to God, the audacity. She's laughing. She's getting arrested and she's laughing. Listen, but I didn't say that out loud. There's a lot. Something happened here. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Tell us what happened.
The lady chased me. She chased me and I asked her not to attack me.
That is 44-year-old Christina Solometto.
You're not supposed to talk when you're arrested. Like, don't do that. They're going to use that against you, girl.
Being put into a Prospect Park police car. But you may know her by this now viral video. Police say the Ridley Park mother is the woman seen getting out of her car and, yes, defecating on the hood of the car of another woman.
Oh, hell no.
She's seen getting right back into her black Nissan we saw parked outside of her home tonight.
They were both headed in the same direction. They both lived not far from one another. And the woman in the dark colored car thought the woman was following her, where she was actually just going home.
The incident happened Tuesday evening near the corner of 4th and Madison, a half a block away from a Little League field where the Delco defecator video has left some neighbors speechless.
The Delco defecator. That's her name, the Delco defecator. You can't make this up. You said, I'm sorry, y'all are about to eat lunch. Listen, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. That's what they called her, the Delco. No, she didn't wipe. What? B-Tip sounds like an 80s movie. You can't make this up. But let me just say this, like, I don't even know what to say, actually. I'm a little like, what would you just imagine this? Okay, you're parked, you're at a street light or at a crossing or whatever, and somebody decides to defecate on a car. What do you do? And by the way, I think that that's like a form of assault, right? Like, to a certain degree. Any kind of body fluids type of situation would be like a form of assault, I would think.
I don't know. It's been running through my mind all day since I've heard about it.
Just another day in Delco.
Solometto was booked on charges including indecent exposure.
Lady is smiling in her mugshot. At least she knows how to take a mugshot. I'll say that much.
Disorderly conduct and a misdemeanor depositing waste on the highway. As she was getting arrested, Solometto says,
I have a sickness.
She didn't elaborate on the sickness, but the bizarre case has now gotten international attention. Not the kind this police chief wants.
It can't happen in this community. No town wants this to happen in their town. I mean,
the recognition a town gets over this kind of thing, it's really unwelcome. We don't want this.
Now, Solometto appeared in front of a judge tonight. According to court records we just checked, she has posted $1,000 bail tonight.
Wow.
Guys.
It's hard to believe,
Most expensive number 2 of her life.
Oh my God. The news reporter just made a joke. That was the most expensive number 2 of her life. You can't.
Thank you, Chris.
I've been doing this a while. This is a new one.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. What do y'all think? Y'all, I don't know, man. You say, has she other cars to poop on? I don't. Listen, I don't know. I don't think I could have afforded it. Right.
Need to open the door to more home buyers?
Here's the deal. That's a good question. It's like, so was there a lot of people around that a lot of people recorded this? You know what I mean? Like you can't make this up, man. This is why you got to drive around with some TP in your car. Yeah, the newsman joke was funny. Or at least have a porta potty in there. But I think she was trying to make a statement. She said that she felt like the other lady was following her. So then she was like, well, I'm going to take a dump right there. You know what I mean? Maybe she has some like irritable bowel syndrome situation. Okay, on a serious note, because that is a thing. But even if that's the case, you don't go out pooping on people's cars. Like, you just don't do that, y'all. You say she probably doesn't have shy bladder syndrome either. Oh my God. You know what? I can't with you, frustrated. She probably doesn't. But that's the thing, I don't know, man. This is why you have to drive with some TP in your car, because you never know when you're going to need it. You never know who's going to need it or what. Like, it's a must. It's a must. It's a must. Okay. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us. For those that are now coming through, make sure you guys are hitting that like button, please. And thank you. Let's move on from that story, because that was kind of gross. If I ruined your lunch, I do apologize. I didn't mean to, but I will advise, just take some TP in your car. You just never know. You never know when you need it. Okay. You said weaponizing IBS is crazy. Gizmo, do you think that that's what she's doing? I don't know. Maybe that's going to be her defense, but let's be very real. It seems like she was trying to target somebody. So she literally went to go poop. She could have pooped somewhere else. Like, say she couldn't hold it in. Hell, I mean, some people would just shit on their pants. They wouldn't just go and shit on somebody's car. So, like, that's like a weapon, shitting, peeing. If you throw your pee at somebody, that's also like an assault to a certain degree. I think pooping at somebody is the same too. But yeah, I always advise, take some TP with you, because you never know when you need it. All right, let's move on. Y'all don't take me serious. That's the problem. You don't take me serious. Let's talk about a more serious situation, okay? It is a biochemical weapon. Yes, it is. Some people, I will flip a person off if they piss me off, but I'll never poop on them or poop on their car. I just won't. I won't do it. Yes, battery by bodily waste. What happened to those days where somebody just throws you the middle finger, and then, that would be enough to make a person mad, and then that's it. No, people got to poop on your cars. That's too much. That's way too much. Anyways, moving on. Okay, let's talk about Sherri Papini. Sherri Papini. We talked about this lady yesterday because apparently she is going to be telling her side. All right. Now, after we talked about the story, I did think about this, and I'm so glad somebody posted something about this. Is she recanting her confession, her statement? Is Sherri Papini taking back the things that she says she did? For those that don't know who this woman is the original Gone Girl, okay? Yes, the original Gone Girl. She basically staged her kidnapping, all right? Yeah, Pepperoni Papini is on the docket now. No, Popini. And I kind of have to wonder, because is she denying the things that she was like okay with? Like, what is the issue with this lady? What is she doing? So Sherri Papini now trying to recant her confession, says FBI had it wrong about her faking her kidnapping. Y'all remember the the preview that we saw, she's going to be doing like a tell-all with Discovery ID or whatever. Let's see. Let's go to Sherri Papini, and we could pull it up right now. Sherri Papini, for those that have not watched it, Discovery ID. Listen, this was released, and it was the talk of yesterday. We talked about it yesterday in the morning, okay? Or how Baby Bunny likes to say last morning, because she's still learning how to say her words. This is what we watch, okay? This is her own words.
Haven't you ever lied? And then has that lie been blown up? I went missing in 2016, was gone for 22 days. I was tortured, I was branded, I was chained to a wall. All of that is true.
It's the drama of the intro. I swear, it's like you're asking for it, girl. I don't know what else to say, but let's keep going, okay?
I did keep some secrets from you, though.
Yeah.
It's a story full of betrayal and violence.
911 emergency. There's a lady on the side of the road needing help. Okay.
Sherri's not capable of the things that she's been accused of being. Could this person be playing you?
Now, I want to know who they interviewed to kind of make an argument for her side that she really was kidnapped. I'm kind of curious about who's going to stand on that side.
Kind of has a habit of just disappearing.
There is not a motivation for financial gain here.
Nobody really knows what the real truth is.
Very sinister.
I realized everything the media has been telling us is bullshit. It makes no sense.
Is she going to be saying this too?
She was given many opportunities to correct her version and to, quote unquote, come clean. She chose not to.
Once the U.S. government decides that they've got you in their sights, they're going to get you.
In pictures, it looks perfect, like we were an amazing couple.
Keith and Sherri are both invested in the perfect wife concept.
We both participated in some pretty toxic behaviors.
When she got arrested, my first reaction was just like, oh, she's now the enemy.
Whatever you do from now on, you better have evidence because nobody's going to believe you.
There are two sides to every story.
Come on.
The whole country turned against her.
She's a convicted liar. I mean, a leopard doesn't change his spots.
So tell me why we should believe you now.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
She's willing to do whatever it takes. So is she recanting the things that she's pled guilty to? Is that what I'm hearing? Is she recanting? I don't know what else to say.
This is the moment that changed everything.
Were you free to leave at any time without fear of violence?
They better interview that other guy that she was shacking up with too, so he could tell his side of the story.
If this is all true, then this is the desperate cries of somebody saying, I need to be heard.
I'm Sherri Papini. I was abducted and I was tortured, and the FBI said I made it all up.
Oh my God.
I really challenge anybody watching this film. How truthful are you?
All right, y'all. She's challenging us. How truthful are we? Let's go to the FBI website real quick, or the DOJ. Sherri Papini sentenced to 18 months in prison for lying to federal agents about being kidnapped and defrauding the California Victim Compensation Board. Remember? So they were helping her out. Just to give you guys an idea, this was posted in 2022. So Sherri at the time was 39 of Redding, was sentenced at that time 18 months in prison to be followed by 36 months of supervised release for making materially false statements to the FBI about the circumstances of her own hoax kidnapping and committing mail fraud based on her being kidnapped in the U.S. This is what the attorney said. Papini was ordered to pay $309,000 in restitution for losses occurred by the California Victims Compensation Board and Social Security Administration. Okay, in April 12th, 2022, Papini was charged in a criminal information with 34 counts of mail fraud and 1 count of making false statement. April 18, 2022, Papini pled guilty to a single count of mail fraud and 1 count of making false statements. So this is what she pled to, all right? Just so everybody's aware, she actually pled guilty to a single count of mail fraud and 1 count of making false statements. According to the criminal complaint, Papini's plea agreement. She had a plea agreement. November 2nd of 2016, Papini was reported missing and was believed to be kidnapped. An extensive search was conducted for her in Shasta County throughout California, as well as other states. 22 days later, on November 24th, 2016, Papini reappeared with various bindings on her body injuries, including a brand on her right shoulder, and claimed that she had been abducted by 2 Hispanic women. You all know how they were out there. This is like the same woman. You guys remember that one woman? She just had a hearing this year. Not this year, in November, where she was denied parole. She like drowned her kids in the she put her kids in the river. She buckled her kids up and took them to the river. Then she blamed a black man for the crimes. She said that a black man had abducted her kids and drove her car over to the river. This is the same shit. This is what makes me so mad. She literally she says she was abducted by 2 Hispanic women, and this is California. You can't, yeah, Susan Smith, thank you. You cannot make this up. Okay. That always concerns me. And by the way, her background, now that it's coming to me, it's a little sketch. She's got a little bit of the, what's the word? Oh man, it's been a minute since I remember when I did a little digging into her. She was into kind of like the Nazi beliefs to a certain degree. So that was her thing. Okay. They were looking at it in high school. She was kind of, in that little crowd that kind of, the hateful group. All right. So for her to blame 2 Hispanic women, I'm not at all whatsoever surprised, because, it is what it is. I mean, moving forward. So she says she was abducted by at gunpoint and held against her will, and that she had been abused by her captors. At that point, law enforcement's effort focused on finding her abductors. Okay. For over 4 years, Papini repeated her false story about her kidnapping. It took them 4 years. Okay. While law enforcement continued its investigation to identify Papini's kidnappers. Eventually, the evidence showed that Papini's story was a carefully planned false story. DNA, cell phone, and a car rental evidence proved that she had been voluntarily staying with the former boyfriend. She was shacking up with the boyfriend, y'all. Okay. And that she had harmed herself to support her false statements. On August 13, 2020, an FBI special agent and detective with the Shasta County Sheriff's Office met with Papini. At the onset of the meeting, they told Papini it was a crime to lie to federal agents. Papini continued to claim that she was kidnapped. Later, in the interview, Papini was again warned that it was a crime to lie to the federal agents and was told about the DNA and telephone evidence showing that she had been with her former boyfriend. Yet, even after the second warning and evidence, by the way, all of that was filmed, just so people are aware, all of that was filmed. Yet, after this second warning and evidence, Papini continued to make false statements. Not only did Papini lie to law enforcement, her friends, and her family, and don't forget she had small children too, she also made false statements to the California Victims Compensation Board and the SSA, or Social Security Administration, in order to receive benefits as a result of her alleged post-traumatic stress, PTSD, from being abducted. This case was the product of an investigation by the FBI, the Shasta County Sheriff's Office, with the assistance of the California Department of Justice Bureau of Forensic Services and the Bureau of Investigations, the California CHP, shout out to the California Highway Patrol, and the Assistant U.S. Attorney Veronica M. A. Alegra and Shelley D. Wagner prosecuted the case. You guys, that is the formal press release statement. Okay, so here we are moving forward. Oh my God, Didi, thank you for gifting. Y'all, Didi just gifted some memberships. If you've been blessed by Didi, put some hearts in the chat, some confettis. I would appreciate it because it helps. It helps and helps. Thank you, Didi. Thank you. And everybody else that, has hit the like button. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Didi. Hearts for you. If you've been gifted, put some hearts in there. Yes, hit that like. Thank you, Didi. All right. So this is what we have so far. So is she recanting? That's the question that we have for this live. Is Sherri Papini recanting her statement now? That's what I want to know, because now she's running a whole different statement. And you know what else occurred to me? This lady is going to be the next Gypsy Rose. Y'all want to bet? This lady is this is the first step. She does her little Lifetime Discovery ID show in order for her to become the next Gypsy Rose. And you know what she's going to play on? Let me tell you what she's going to play on. She's going to tell the people, guys, the husband that I was with was a horrible man. He did X, Y, and Z, which could have very well been the case. I don't know. I wasn't part of that marriage. But this is how it's going to play out. I'm telling you, I already know the plot to this. This woman is going to have a reality TV show, and this is where it's going to go. Can you tell me? Can y'all tell me I'm wrong about this? Because this has been the theme lately. You commit a crime, it's a horrific crime, or whatever it may be. You scam a shitload of people, and somehow social media and the media and Hollywood has room to make you a celebrity. Tell me I'm lying. Let me know, because I think that's the next step here, honestly. This was going to happen. Sherri Papini is going to have her reality TV show. Okay, predictable. And you know what she's going to say? She's going to say that she was abused by her husband. Okay, she's going to I'm telling you that it's too damn predictable. All right, but that's just how it plays out. All right, so let's keep going with this article. It's very predictable. Sherri Papini now trying to recant confession, says FBI had it wrong about her faked kidnapping. Maybe it should not come as a surprise that convicted liar and self-kidnapper Sherri Papini, now out of prison, continues with the funny business with regards to her 2016 kidnapping. And this is likely all because of an ongoing custody battle. While the 2015 kidnapping assault case of Vallejo resident Denise Huskins was unfairly likened to the novel and film Gone Girl, everybody thought that I thought Gone Girl was out of Sherri Papini, but I guess people tend to copy that. I'm not really sure. Like, it's a thing to just go missing, right? I don't know. Because as it turns out, Huskin has been telling the truth and was brutalized by an individual who later confessed. November 2016 disappearance of a Reading resident, Sherri Papini, was more apt comparison. Papini, as you recall, says that she was abducted from the side of the road while she was out on a run on November 2nd, 2016. Federal authorities searched for her, and then she mysteriously reappeared. Remember, she reappeared, like, I think they like dumped her. She had been dumped by like the side of the road or something. And people came in there and they took her and everything. Apparently battered and even branded 3 weeks later on Thanksgiving Day, telling a story about two Hispanic women who abducted and tortured her. But then she just got let go. So I don't know where to. And it's interesting, the emphasis of two Hispanic women. Okay. Like I said, let me see if I can show you guys more information that I had found on this. About this. When she faked her. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. In 2016, when this happened, they did an investigation even deeper, right? About Sherri Papini. She had like a racist blog post. That's what I said. She was like a Nazi enthusiast type of personality, right? So for her to have pointed, I mean, she could have said anybody. She said two Hispanic women. It's not out of the norm. She probably would have blamed two black women because, you know, she's going to throw that out there. That's what, I don't know. But it seems to me that she was just kind of throwing it out there to see it, and immediately in the community. And I remember this because everybody was like, well, damn, two Hispanic women and they got eyebrows like this and they look like this. I mean, anybody could have been apprehended, right? She used this to her advantage. So then people did a deep dive when this case was going on, and she was truly posting a bunch of things online because she was kind of into this little, you know, hateful group. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy, huh? But that's what it is. That's how lady's no angel. Okay, so she kind of put that stereotype up there, and it made people look into the community because they were trying to help her out and whatnot. Okay, so then she was abducted by the side of the road. Law enforcement clearly looked at the story with suspicion. FBI proceeded to conduct a years-long investigation. And I think it took them 4 years overall. A witness, the ex-boyfriend's cousin, and the ex himself corroborated this with the feds. So at some point, they spoke with the federal agents and basically threw her under the bus, all right? But now Papini is being offered maybe some monies by Investigation Discovery to tell her side. And now her side is going to be, I was really the victim, and they got it all wrong all along. So can you tell me why? Why did she take a plea deal? That's what I don't understand. Why did she take a plea deal? If law enforcement got it all wrong, why did she take a plea deal? Thank you, Selena Fan para siempre. Thank you. That's what I want to know. Why take a plea deal if law enforcement got it all wrong? Huh? It's crazy to me. I know what she's beyond. Wim just gifted 10 memberships, guys. Put some hearts in the chat. Good morning, Wim, or good night, Wim. Shout out to you, Wim. Thank you. Guys, put some confettis and thank yous in the chat. Thank you, Wim. Appreciate it. Didi and Wim, thank you, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah. So like a Susan Smith. Yeah, she mentioned Cash, the Hispanic women. Very careful. Like she had a thing about she didn't like the Hispanics. You know, she didn't like Hispanics. Arrived late. I apologize. No worries, Wim. Gone Girl came out in 2014. I believe the movie was first. No, but somebody said that the book was written in 2012. Who did I see say it in the chat? Can you repeat it? Whoever said it? Sorry, there's so many comments I can't even catch up. But somebody said, even though a lot of people thought that, I mean, I thought that she was the original Gone Girl, but I guess the Gone Girl was somebody else. That's crazy. But I mean, that's what happened. Oh, I missed the comment. I'm sorry. She believes her own lies and she used them to twist the narrative. Tell me you're not a yes, without telling me. Yes, she's very good. So now a Discovery ID is going to give her a platform to spew these lies because I just don't know what else to say. I don't get it. Like, why would you put this out here? But hey, I mean, weren't they the ones that interviewed Yolanda Saldivar? So I guess it goes both ways. So, is she recanting? What does this mean? And it was a plea deal. So what does this mean? Like, can you do that with a plea deal? I'm not really sure. I'm not well versed in this, but I kind of wonder. Like, I would think that you would have to not change your position, I guess. I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Let me know in the chat. Okay. Let's move on. Oh my gosh, all these ads. Why do they hate me? Let's see. Yeah, that would mean that Sherri would have to read a book. I don't picture her reading. I don't know. Papini's ex-husband is a stand-up dude. Papini's ex-husband sounds like listen, I don't know the man. You know, people are different when they're like in public versus, closed doors. I agree with you, Justice. I think he looked like a stand-up guy, or maybe he was just an ass. I don't know. Maybe he had different values because I know she was a kind of like a bored housewife type of situation. Maybe that's what it was. That she was just kind of bored and she decided to do this. But the way when I saw this other documentary, the way they made it sound like, they almost made it sound like she was she had done this before. She was very calculated. So yeah, it is what it is. Most plea deals say you forfeit your rights to appeal, says Rando. So it's almost like she doesn't have any more like she could say she didn't mean to do it, or she can change the narrative. Hey Sandra, how are you, my love? She could say she didn't mean to do it or whatever, and then kind of change her narrative. Rando, let me know what you think. This was a prominent case, right, Cash? But I wonder. But my U.S. law is not great, Rando. Shout out to you, Cash. So he stood by her for like the last 4 years when they were investigating her, right? He was there with her, helping her with the kids. She was having all kinds of like PTSD, and this is what she was saying, y'all. She was taking money, and ultimately she was never kidnapped. The guy that she was shacking up with, who honestly she just wanted to be with, she got bored. She wanted to be with that guy. She left with him, and he helped her set it up. So if she's on probation, parole, I'm wondering, can they like figure that out, because you can't just come out here saying something different when you pled to something. I have a lot of questions about that. Okay. Exactly, Becca. Thank you for saying this. And let me tell you something. I don't put a lot of faith to lie detector tests. I really don't. Maybe because I have a bachelor's in criminology, right? And I remember one of my courses, it's been a couple years, but I remember one of my courses, we talked about like what people deemed as pseudoscience. I think a little bit, like some people say that teeth marks are like pseudo. I don't think so. I think there's a lot more research behind like teeth marks and stuff like that, like bones. But like lie detector tests are a little bit tricky. I've done research on this. And honestly, what it is that lie detector tests is just first of all, they're not reliable. Some are not admissible in criminal court. So it doesn't really clear you. Yes, they can be used, but they're not it's a tool, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I would convict somebody based on a lie detector test. If somebody fails a lie detector test, I wouldn't necessarily convict them. To me, that's just it's a whole different animal, and we can talk about that some other day. But yes, let's move on. I know, poor thing, bored since she didn't have to work. Get a job, and you won't have time or energy to tell stories. Right? Get a job. That is, I don't know, y'all. Moving on. Okay, let's talk about Russell Brand. Now, listen, my chat, believe it or not, some of y'all have like what's the word? Some of y'all are fans of Russell Brand, and that's okay. Okay? I'm not. But some of you guys are fans. And I respect your being a fan and that stuff, whatever. But I'm not really talking about the fan part. I'm talking about what's being leveraged against him, okay? The things that are being said, the things that have been put out there. I'm it's like, I'm not. Y'all, I have to tell you what the people, some of you guys might not be, but there are some people that are. And respectfully, I have to tell you guys, I'm not talking about whether you're a fan or not. I'm talking about the allegations that have been leveraged, or the charges that have been leveraged against this man. Okay. Because they're there. Now, some people feel like he's being set up by major media. Listen, I don't think so. I personally don't think so. But you know what? He's going to have his days in court. And, the UK definitely has their hands full with this situation. We're going to wait and see. It's kind of like this, y'all. Let me give you guys an example. Karen Reed, who is a trial that's happening right now. Some people believe she's guilty, and some people believe she's innocent. Some people believe she's set up. Some people believe that she is completely guilty. One of the cases that, I talked about a little bit, but I was really worried about touching because it's such a polarizing case. You either believe this woman is guilty, or you either believe that she's not guilty and she's being set up. And for me, it's like, I feel like I'm right in the middle when it comes to Karen Reed, because there's like certain shit that I question and certain things that I'm like, I don't know. And then they're cross-examining, what is it? Jen McCabe, the other lady, and she is even looking, I don't know if it's like a Boston thing, but she's really looking kind of like, I don't know what to make of it. Is this a huge cover up? Are they trying to set that woman up? And that's how I feel about this. You are either one side or the other, when I'm just here to report on what's being alleged about this man. And y'all make your decisions. You guys make your mind up. Okay. All right. No comment. No comment. All right, let's go. Russell Brand granted conditional bail after appearing in London court on rape and assault charges. So Russell Brand got out of a sleek black, I can't even read, sleek black Mercedes on Friday and took his first steps towards a court where he faces charges of RSA in a scene far removed from a walk down a Hollywood red carpet. I'm sure there was a lot of photographers there. The actor comedian, wearing a black collared shirt open to his midsection and sporting a gold cross, was quickly mobbed by cameras. There you go. He stood upright and paced slowly forward through a crust of media and onlookers protected by a ring of bodyguards and uniformed police officers. They make it sound like it's a fucking red carpet. Like, let the man walk to court, okay? I mean, literally, they're describing this nice little Mercedes car, what he was wearing, a little button-down shirt with the cross. Okay, and let the man walk to court, okay? The comedian author, get him to the Greek actor, gave a thumbs up motion as he entered the Westminster Magistrate Court in central London. You cannot make this up, y'all. His wave, look at, they're even talking. Okay, I'm gonna need the Associated Press to get their shit together. Let me tell you what they're saying, okay? His wavy locks flowed to his shoulders. His beard was peppered with gray, and he wore a pair of gold-framed sunglasses, black jeans, and brown boots. What in the Calvin Klein shit is this? Is he going to court or to a fashion show? Because the way they're describing this, as if I care about what the hell he's wearing. And I didn't write this. The Associated Press wrote this. Who's the author? Brian Melly and Pan Playas. Playas. Why? Who cares about the wavy locked flow from his shoulder hair? We don't care about that. His beard was peppered with gray. Okay, he had a gray beard. Who cares? Who cares? Inside a packed courtroom, Brand stood in the dock and confirmed his name, birth date, and address during the brief hearing and was granted conditional bail after a prosecutor read a summary of the complaints made by 4 women that date back a quarter century. They want to make sure they let you guys know that this is a quarter century. Does all of this really count? I like it. Just pay attention to how this is being written. Brand, 49, was charged last month with 2 counts of rape, 2 counts of sexual assault, and 1 count of indecent assault. He didn't enter a plea and has previously denied the allegations made against him. Did they also mention that there's like it was said that there's like DNA, by the way? I don't know if people know this, but I don't know if they mentioned this here, but that has been said out in other publications, is that there's DNAs. There's something here about this. I think that's important to say. The alleged offenses took place between 1999 and 2005, one in the English seaside town and the other 3 in London. The Associated Press doesn't name victims of the alleged SA violence. The British law grants them a lifelong anonymity in the media. Wow. So the magistrate ordered Brand to show up at the Central Criminal Court, known as Old Bailey, on May 30th and grant him bail on the condition that he keeps the court informed of where he's staying at, either in the UK or in the US. He currently lives in Florida, but is obligated to attend all future court appearances. If he doesn't abide by the conditions, he faces being jailed. Prosecutors said that Brand arred women in 1999 at a hotel room when he attended a Labor Party conference in the town and met him at an event where he was performing. It's alleged that while the women went to the bathroom, Brand removed some of his clothing and later pushed her on the bed, removed her stuff, and then arred her. A second woman accused Brand of grabbing her by the forearm and attempting to drag her into a male toilet at a television station in London in 2001. A third accuser was a television worker who met Brand at a friend's birthday party at a bar in Soho in 2004. Now, I heard about this television worker. He is accused of grabbing her area before allegedly pulling her into the toilet and forcing her to perform oral. This one right here, I remember. And then there was the one that they're looking for criminal charges, I know, in New York. They haven't said anything publicly. We don't know, but they are investigating the one in New York. There's another one that a woman who said that during the filming of Arthur, a movie, that he had also assaulted them as well. So we only know of the UK. I mean, my understanding is that there is an active investigation on the one in New York, what I've heard. Okay, let's keep going. The final complainant worked at a radio station and met Bran while he was working on a spin-off of Big Brother reality TV program between 2004 and 2005. Bran is alleged to have grabbed her by the face, both hands, and pushed her against the wall and kissed her before grabbing her areas. The charges followed a September 2023 joint investigation by the media British outlets and the Sunday Times. Now, of course, he has denied all the allegations. He feels like he's being set up. He kind of told on himself the other day, I think, but he is being set up. This is what he has said. And speaking of being set up, man, so now all of the media friends are coming together, like Tucker Carlson begs Trump to rescue his accused artist friend. Who? Now listen, he is yet to be convicted, but people are saying, like, why are you this is Tucker Carlson who said on social media, Russell Brand was once a famous left-wing actor celebrated by the British establishment. Then he criticized the government for using COVID, the C-19, to turn the UK into a totalitarian state. The accolades abruptly stopped. A government TV station accused Brand of committing S crimes, and then it stops right there. Hold up, let me share it. S crimes against anonymous women they refused to name. Well, they can't name them because that's what the UK said. Government officials call for his opinion to be scrubbed from the internet. Last month, British prosecutors charged Brand with R and SA. None of the charges are backed by hard evidence. How do you know that, Tucker Carlson? How do you know that? All of them supposedly took place more than 20 years ago, which I guess it's okay. It's okay to R somebody 20 years ago, and you can get away with it. That's okay. It's okay to R somebody. So it was 20 years ago. This is what they're saying, right? Because that's what I'm picking up. It's okay. It happened 20 years ago. One of them was in the 1990s. Okay, the entire case is transparently political and absurd. You're making it political. A near identical replay of the fake R charges authorities brought against Julian Asen. Is it Asian? I don't know this guy. 14 years ago, or maybe I do. 15 years ago, Russell Brand, whose youngest child is barely a year old now, faces life in prison. He has no shot at a fair trial because Britain is no longer a free country. Over the last few years, millions of foreigners have applied for asylum in the United States. Really? Russell has actually deserved it. Say a prayer that Trump administration comes to his rescue. Okay. Like I said, I don't like the tone. Nobody's making this political, but he is, in my opinion. That's how I feel about that. I mean, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I could be completely wrong, completely off, which does happen. You know, I'm always wrong sometimes. It just happens. But I just feel like that is BS in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. And let's talk about, before we go to Virginia, I want to talk about this. Y'all ready to move on? Let me know. I know, right? But then it's like, what are we doing? No statute of limitation in this side of the pond. I don't know. It's just weird to me. I'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that. That's how I'm gonna move on from that. Exactly, Maggie. That's how I feel too. Speaking of another situation, okay? So I think one of the industries that we really don't talk about or expose very often, or at least I try to, is the fashion industry. That's one area that I really tried to kind of address and talk about all the time, especially like Mike Jeffries with Abercrombie and Finch. There's a lot that gets ignored with the fashion industry and what happens there. People don't really talk about that aspect. We always focus on music or movies and stuff like that, but not so much the fashion industry. So I always try to bring a little piece of that. So this right here, my friends, is a fashion designer by the name of Ricardo. Is it Tisci, accused of drugging an SA New York restaurant goers. Okay. My intentions were never to end up in Ricardo Tisci's bed, accuser Patrick Cooper told The Independent. So, a New York man claims iconic fashion designer Ricardo Tisci drugged his drugged his drink while out at East Harlem restaurant. After which he woke up in the formerly creative director of multi-million-dollar townhouse naked without any idea how he got there. In a state lawsuit filed Tuesday, Patrick Cooper accuses Tisci of essaying him while he was under the influence and unable to consent, alleging that the 50-year-old dosed him with an unknown substance in order to make it so he was so disoriented as to no longer know where he was at and what he was doing, and other people doing to him. I'm trying to be careful what I read here. Now, hold up. We do have the lawsuit. Okay. All right. Let me see something real quick. So he said he was sexually assaulted, and he was drugged. Basically, we only know of one person, but like I said, typically when it's something like this, there might be others, and then it, kind of follows. As a result, Cooper, 35, was unable to reject, fight, or stop or defend himself. He basically said that Ricardo's predatory, sexual, and unlawful assault and battery, according to his report, he told The Independent that he just went out to have a good night. My intentions were never to end up in his bed. When I woke up, he was kissing me. He described himself as bisexual, he headed to the hospital for an R kit testing immediately upon leaving. So he actually went to the hospital and then contacted and made a police report. I mean, guys, here's somebody who went to the hospital and got a police report and got this going. He said he remembers sipping the drink, and I don't remember anything else. To this day, I still don't remember anything, nothing. It's crazy. I guess this is him with Kim Kardashian and Kanye West back in 2014. I mean, this is the circles that this man hangs with. There's Madonna. So this is who he was with in 2016. And who is this? Kate Moss. Kate Moss. I mean, he hangs out with like the top models and stuff like that. It's definitely given Abercrombie and Fitch, because it's like, this is what they were alleging. So it's the designer. I have the lawsuit, so we'll probably do a separate video on it since I have it here and they provided it. Y'all, like I said, this fashion industry, people don't talk about the fashion industry. They always talk about the music industry. They don't talk about the fashion industry. But this broke today, and I'm so here for it. I'm glad. Okay. Let's talk about Virginia. Okay. So there's more people coming about this whole situation. I'm so glad that people are pointing out. I stand on what I've said because I haven't seen anything else to show me otherwise. I don't feel like this woman took her life. I'm getting kind of tired of seeing the narrative of she committed as. I don't think that was the case. Okay. I don't know. And then especially when you have people like Lady Victoria. Oh man, Lady Victoria. Where'd she go? Did you guys meet Lady Victoria? I don't know if I've introduced her yet. Yeah, I have. This is Lady Victoria. She was like on my face the other day when I did my reaction video. This is her, okay? She's still going off, still fighting in the wind on IG. Let her fight. Let Lady Victoria do what she does best, which is fight, okay? Sylvia's laughing it up. She's still pushing the narrative that the photo was staged. Okay. She's got the floor plans. She's measuring. She's That's what the lady is going to push the narrative, right? And she's like, no, it was staged. What was in it for Jeffrey Epstein? Not for the man that she was dating in the 90s, right? Who I'm like, you still got a little thing going on for him. You're defending this man like he doesn't know you, girl. Why are you defending this man? I don't get it. She's really invested in the royals and everything, right? She's invested. So, but it's like Lady Lizard Head. Virginia Giuffre, a lawyer, spoke, the one that she was working with in earlier in the year in January. I believe her name is Karina London. I forgot her last name. But she gave another statement to people, and she's been trying to give statements to correct her last statement because she felt like she didn't want to misrepresent what she was trying to say. She basically says, that things I've said have been misinterpreted. Okay. Which I'm like, what do you mean things have been misinterpreted? So I'm going to go right. They give you the thing about people is that they rewrite, they copied and paste what they wrote in the other article. So I'm going to try to get right to the source or the quote. Virginia was a fierce warrior. Okay. We know this. 3 days later, her attorney, Carrie, was quoted as saying she had doubts about Virginia Giuffre had taken her life. She told the Sun, "We've got big question marks over it. Okay, there's a suicide and then there's misadventures. Giuffre was in a lot of pain, but she was looking forward to things in the future." This is what she told the Sun. In an exclusive statement to People, Carrie wrote, "I would like to set the record straight as things I have said been misinterpreted. Calling Giuffre a fighter who inspired many people," she wrote, "I'm not willing to speculate on her cause of death as to whether it was suicide or a misadventure. Death," and this is misadventure, "death by unnatural causes, including when the deceased person willingly took a risk." That's misadventure. It's weird to put that in there, but I guess, okay. Instead of saying accidental, I guess misadventure, accidental. "I do not believe it was suspicious in any way." This is what she's saying now. "I do not believe it was suspicious in any way. The coroner will determine in due course the cause of death, and that will be established based on the evidence." Stressing that she is not critical of the police, nor am I demanding any investigations. What? The police are only able to release limited information to non-family members, as is their standard procedure. The police are already conducting an investigation and will no longer provide all of their evidence and will no doubt provide all of their evidence to the coroner. In the statement, she shared her condolences with the Giuffre family and friends, calling her an absolute inspiration. She will be greatly missed by all who knew her. Why did the attorney change the tone to this? Why did the attorney change the tone? That's what I want to know. Because, like, we had a lot of questions, and then boop, she was like, "I got to change my tone." I have to wonder. I have a lot of questions about this. Hold up. Now, somebody sent, y'all ever wonder if Virginia's husband flipped on her? I know he was accused of being abusive, but I'm talking deeper than that. I don't know, just a thought. Beth, what I wonder is if Virginia had a will. That's what I wonder. Sometimes people, personally, okay? I think that, and I'm so glad that even like the most I'm glad that there's a lot of people that are in this, right? That logically are thinking about this, and they're like, "Nah, man, no, something don't make sense about this at all." Bet money or threats make people flip the sides all the time, right? Like even her family. I wonder about that. The only one who has not, in my opinion, called this a suicide is her father. Okay. Her father, who wasn't really gaining anything or given anything, as much as Lady Lizardhead wanted to point that out when we did that review. She never helped her father. Well, her father is the one that's saying, y'all, somebody had it in for her. And I kind of agree. I do. Ronan, I think that like it's off to me that somebody and I consider her a whistleblower, right? Somebody who blew the lid of a lot of things, who brought a lot of people to the light. So much so that it makes people mad. You still have people like Lady Lizardhead, for example. She's one of them that is still fuming, still twitching. this is what she did. She brought a lot of these people, and a lot of people did not like that, right? They didn't like that. So to me, that says a lot about, you know, people wanted to get her hands at her, you know? That's what it, Sophia, that's interesting you say that. I was thinking the same thing too. So you said, sounds like handlers wanted to isolate Virginia from her father. Maybe they did. But I also think that she was somebody, it's very likely that she was somebody who, you know, she didn't have her kids. She wanted to be with her kids, right? That was probably messing with her. But let me tell you, I think that people saw Virginia as a ticket meal too. Like people were, there was a benefit to be with her, if that makes sense. So I do wonder her financials. How does she fix that? Because I think it's very telling. And also, the people that were around her, were they really safe around her? It's just a lot. I have a lot of questions about all of this. You just have to be careful. Sadly, the life she lived and the people involved, you can't trust anybody. No, Beth, you're right. You're absolutely right about that. I think she was one of them. I think that she probably led a very lonely, situation. I think she had to for safety reasons. She had to for safety. Like, can you imagine? Who do you trust? Who do you trust in a situation like that? Exactly. It goes deep. And this is why I'm saying it's like, it's not so much a conspiracy theory, because I really believe that, there could be something here. I don't think a lot of us have the answers whatsoever to this at all. And we probably won't. But this is interesting. I will say that. And for the lawyer to change your tone here, I'm not speculating, but it could be this, it could be that. That's still speculation. I'm not, doubting the police, but you have you're her lawyer. Like, advocate. This is when she needs you to advocate for her, when she's no longer here. Okay? That's how I feel about that. All right, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this whole situation. We reviewed a lot. I got to get some coffee because I feel like it's hitting me, and I'm tired now. I want you guys to tell me what you guys think. We definitely went through a lot of topics. Where do you guys stand? By the way, you don't have to agree with me. We can agree to disagree. You don't have to agree with me. Y'all know I'm just giving you guys my thoughts, my opinions. And opinions are like assholes. We all have one, right? So please note that. There's some stuff that's happening that I'm like, I'm starting to feel very strongly about, and I'm noticing how the internet is moving. And I have to call some of this shit out that I'm like, I don't know, man. I can only hold it in for so long, but y'all are amazing. And I want to thank everybody for allowing me to be here and, tell you guys my thoughts and everything. You guys are great. Hit the like button. Never side eye. Never side eye. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys. Oh, and shout out to Dee Dee and Wim. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I got to run and get me some coffee, y'all. You don't have an asshole? Well, aren't you? Well, then I guess you won't have defecation problems like that lady over there who pooped on people's cars. Adrian, I guess you won't have defecation problems like that lady. See, if you don't have an asshole, an opinion, then you don't have to worry about pooping at people's cars. All right. That's what I was thinking too, Belen. Thank you. Oh my God. I hope that did not demonetize my video. I gotta go. All right. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.